Christmas is all about having a good time with your loved ones. And the best way to show your love is by cooking up a sumptuous meal for them.
Hi everyone, my name is Leonard and I am very excited to be here today with one of my favorite chefs in Singapore, Chef Damien De Silva, and I'm extra excited because Chef has just informed me that we are going to be making a Eurasian Christmas beef curry, which I have never had before. Chef, it's been a long time. How are you doing?
I'm well, Leonard. Thank you for coming to my humble home, and thank you to be here to see how we execute a Eurasian dish, which not many Eurasians cook during Christmas. And I haven't done it actually in a long time.
Wow.
So I'm really excited to introduce this to everybody out there.
It sounds like we are really in for a treat. So Chef, I see that all the ingredients are laid out.
Yes.
Let's go through them, but maybe let's start with the protein because I guess that's the star of the show.
Correct.
Right?
So I'm using Australian chuck and brisket. Granted, we usually use chuck, but I like the texture and flavor of brisket. So I've added that onto this dish.
All right, Chef, so I understand when you get a cut of meat from the butcher, it's probably going to be a huge slab. How do you prepare the beef for this dish?
So what you want to do is that you want to get it into 50 cubes. That's what you want.
So I guess obviously we have a lot of different spices here. I see that there's a rempah blended up here.
Yes.
What goes into this rempah?
Well, basically all the ingredients that you see here, plus the shallots. So you have shallots, you have dried chilies.
Dried chilies.
Yes, you have galangal or blue ginger.
Yeah.
You have lemongrass, garlic, turmeric, fresh turmeric, candle nuts, and then you have two different types of aromatics. You have your curry leaves, and you have daun salam. And you just want to make sure you grind it into a fine paste.
So that is the wet spice.
Correct.
And I see dry spice here as
Yes.
well. So this is going to be a very flavorful curry because you're combining all kinds of flavors together.
This is what we're gonna fry first to get the aroma out before we add the paste. So once that has happened, what you want to do is that you want to kind of like marinate your meat, but not for a long time, with the curry powder.
Okay, so after cooking the beef together with the curry powder and
Yeah.
your rempah for about 5 minutes,
Yeah.
what next?
So the second part of the coconut goes into it, and this is when you start to braise the whole thing, right? To make sure that your meat reaches a stage where the protein starts to break down. And then that's time for you to put the tomatoes in. And then you put in your final part of your coconut milk. The total dish is going to take about 2 hours, 45 minutes to 3 hours. You cannot rush a good curry.
You hear that, everyone? You cannot rush a good curry. I think that's beautiful golden words of advice here. So we're going to have the beef with the turmeric rice today.
I usually like to serve it with a side salad to cut the richness of the beef. I always tell people that want to do this dish, the importance is to make sure that you have the balance of flavors, right? Not just the curry powder, but also the rempah.
All right, Chef, this looks like such an amazing spread. Thank you so much for cooking. Shall we dig in?
Please, Leonard, please.
Let me serve you since you did
Thank
all the
you,
hard
sir.
work in the kitchen.
Thank you, sir.
First try of the Eurasian Christmas beef. Pull it apart, you can see it's like fork tender. Wow, it's really tasty. And I also understand why you cut the beef in such large chunks now, because like when you have good quality Aussie beef like this, you still want to taste the beef itself through the curry, and I think you get that 100%
I
here.
think that's very important, right?
Yeah, and that little bit of fat and collagen just like really melts in your mouth. So Chef, thank you so much for showing me how to cook this dish and for sharing the recipe with all of us.
The pleasure is all mine, Leonard. I hope you all enjoyed watching me and Leonard cook, and I hope you go to the website and take a look at the recipe and recreate it for your family and friends for Christmas.
And from the both of us, we just wanted to wish you a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you on the next video.